Hey guys, today is May 24th, 2020, Memorial Day weekend, Sunday. This is Ricky from Corpus Christi, Texas, and today we are going to talk about what it means to be a friend and also what it means to believe in a friend. Now, friends can come at any time, any place, anywhere. In life, we're going to meet people wherever we go. If you work in the public, you're definitely going to meet people on the go. If you work in an office, you're going to deal with people. If you have to call in a center, you're going to be dealing with talking to people. But kind of where I'm landing this plane is that when it comes to making friends, it's not a skill that everyone's going to learn right away. It's not something that even most schools or any form of education even talk about. But it's one of those things that people should talk more about it, because making friends is always a challenge, because people can be difficult. Even when we deal with ourselves and then try to share that with someone else that has no clue is definitely a problem in our society today. COVID-19, as I've been talking throughout these videos, has caused stress, it's caused pain, it's caused death, but it has caused us not to even trust our fellow man as we were once able to. Because coughing, sneezing, all those things can make it very awkward and create tension when there's already that tension in the air. So, what is the definition of a friend? Well, like I always say, Google says a person whom one knows and with one who has a bond of mutual affection. But here's something I also looked up. I like the Urban Dictionary. It says this: a friend is someone you love and who loves you, someone you respect and who respects you. So, a friend, you might meet them again, anywhere, anytime, any place. Most of the friends I've met started off, of course, as a kid. Your neighbors with your neighbors, and parents will introduce their kids to their kids, and from there it just kind of goes on its way. You meet your friends in schools. If you attend a public school, you're going to meet kids everywhere. But over the years, I've realized that not every person will be a friend for life, or a friend always that is right. But without friends, we wouldn't be challenged. Without friends, we wouldn't be able to do stupid things with. And it's so crucial to be able to have times where you can laugh, have times where you can cry, you can have times where you can fight, and even have times where you can stir up things in each other in order to discover new things with each other. But without those moments, they're just memories that are forgotten. But with the right people and the surrounding people that love you and care for you and support you, you can do the impossible, because your support network is a support key to your destiny or to your vision or purpose. And friends just help bring out the best of us, and they can also remind us, those blind spots that we can't see in us. So, I think definitely respect is earned over time. A friend who loves you, someone you should keep close. But I'm also going to talk about 3 different areas when it comes to making friends. I call it the outer, personal, and inner. So each of these 3 zones are crucial to determining the influence of what friends have access to. Your inner zone is like your most closest desired 3 to maybe 4 friends that just know everything about you. Good, bad, the ugly, all of the above, for the public not to know. And it's not that not everyone has access to that, but it's just, how could I use the right phrase? It's just key to growth, because not everybody needs to know your history in order to help you build the future, because you are who you surround yourself with. So having those 3 closest or 4 friends is good to be able to be vulnerable and to be real and to grow. The personal zone is what I call very casual. It's where people that you work with, it's your cousins, it's those people that you can pick up the phone and call and talk to about everyday things. And that can be any number of people that you decide to have. Facebook, Instagram, you can have millions of followers. But when Facebook says it's authentic friends or to accept a friend request, just be very cautious that there's not going to be a lot of real people in most situations when it comes to social networking, because you don't know who's on the other side of that screen. And you may have them as a friend that gives you a profile and a detailed report, but you don't need to report everything to them, because unless they're reaching out to you and trying to be intentional, you don't need to be back to that. The last one I call is the outer zone. This is just like your acquaintances, your coworkers. It's just providing the need to know facts, to people that just are itching to maybe want to go deeper with you, or just want to know a little bit more about you, or that you're forced to work with. But your outer, your inner, and your personal zone, you can call it a different term. That's just something I came up with on the spot, like kind of like a circle, a pie chart. Everything leads to a center point. So, just be careful who you choose as a friend, because you are who you are surrounded by. Craig Groeschel, great leadership podcast if you want to dive into that. He talks a lot about that. And so, just like in all my other videos, I give an acronym. I broke down friend and each letter again. I put the letter F, free. You have to be willing to free up your time to allow for people to do life with you. You got to free up your time when your friend needs to help, moving. Moving's never fun. But again, if you love that person, you respect that person, and you have that mutual relationship with that person, then you're going to have to prioritize and free up time, because you're giving that gift of time. I put the letter R for reliable. People don't want people that are unreliable. Let's just face the facts. You go to work, you're supposed to be reliable to clocking in, clocking out, and doing what you are assigned to do. With relationships, friendships, you should be reliable to what you hear and say about that person. If they share something with you, you would expect and trust in that relationship that things remain in context according to that relationship. Whatever that friendship is, don't be gossiping behind them. Don't be talking bad about them, but support them and build them. Don't tear them down. The world already does enough of that. The letter I put investing. Just like in these videos, I'm investing time because I want to invest in people, because it's such a great gift to give hope. And just like in a friendship, friends that invest in each other will grow together and do things together, and will be better because of it. So if you invest in a stock market or a purchase plan, it's the same thing. Invest in people that are willing to invest in you, but take a chance even on those who haven't yet invested in you. The letter E, I put encouraging. Again, it's kind of self-explanatory. We need people that are going to lift us up. We need people that can be that shoulder that we can lean on. Without that, what's the meaning of life? It's the people we leave behind that are going to remember us the most. And if you're encouraging people left and right without ever expecting anything out of it, you're going to be remembered a lot more for it, because it shows that you're genuine, and it shows that you care, and it shows that you're willing to make a declaration in your life that says, I'm open because I care. I'm open because I want to grow. And doing life with people, this world's full of people that are broken. I just want to come alongside them and remind them that someone sees them. And that's what also a friend does. A friend sees you for who you are, not what you do. I put the letter N for need. We all have needs that we need to have met. Finding the right spouse, there's your best friend for life. Finding that person that can help you live something that you just can't quite do on your own. A need financially. Sometimes we all make mistakes with money, and then that friend comes along and says, hey, don't worry about it. I got your back. I got you covered. The need to maybe, hey, you went through a bad breakup. That one supporting friend that you just pick up the phone and call, and they just listen to you. They don't necessarily give you advice, but they just say, hey, unload so that you can refill on goodness and grace, and even just to remind yourself that it's okay to be a wreck. It's okay to go through rough times. We all do. But that's what a friend does. A friend just is more important, just to have the ability to listen actively, to just be there, to be a listening ear and a shoulder to cry on. And the last letter was a little bit harder to come up with, but I put, D, and I've said decide. Every day you decide who you're going to do life with. Every day you decide different things of who you're going to do things with. So as you're deciding about what it means to be a friend, or hearing these definitions from the Urban Dictionary or Google Dictionary, really decide, what matters to you the most. Do you put trust in people? Do you make time for people? Or is that something you just, put priorities elsewhere. It just all comes back to your decision making. And like in all my videos, I always try to put a little bit of scripture, because that's where I find my source of truth is in the Bible. And so in Luke 5:20, I put, seeing their faith, he said, "Friend, your sins are forgiven." That's the beauty about friendships. And Jesus is my best friend, and I'm open to talk about it. And here, he's seeing the faith of a couple of men that are willing to pick up a friend in need and bring him to him. Do we have friends like that in our lives that can just pick us up and take us to where we need to go, versus sometimes we just don't want to go to? That's a good friend. I want more friends like that. Leviticus 25:14, I said in this, if you make a sale, moreover, to your friend, or buy from your friend's hand, you shall not wrong one another. You shouldn't be, compromising to gain something from your friend. Here it's talking about a contract that two people make a handshake and confirm what's important to them, and then there's no wrong done. But unfortunately, we're in a society where everything is having to be written down on paper, notarized, and with a third party present. So find the kind of friend that you can just go by the power of their word, because you're willing to trust in them and to believe in them. And the last verse I picked was from Proverbs 27:17. If you're a believer, this is one of the most quoted verses when it comes to friendship building. It says, as iron sharpens iron, as one man sharpens another. You're going to be sharpened by the friends that you do life with, or you're going to be brought down by the friends you do life with. So think about that today over Memorial Day weekend. A lot of people are off today celebrating and enjoying this time with friends and family. And so it's just a very good reminder that we all need friends, and we can't do life alone. And if it takes picking up the phone, making that call that maybe you don't want to do, but you should do, then make that time, because you only got 24 hours in a day, and you never know what tomorrow's going to bring. So I just hope that during Memorial Day weekend, that as you celebrate this holiday, for the people that give us the freedom to express our ideas or to build relationships to expand our ideas, I just hope that you realize that a friend indeed is a friend to believe, if you're willing to put the time and effort into it. All right, guys, I'm signing out. Have a great week, and I look forward to doing more of these videos in the weeks to come.